Stars, I'm a fool for your love.
Hello and welcome to Pinned Stuff. Please subscribe to the channel for more interesting stuff. Today we are going to start a new series called How Far Are We?, where every week we will upload new videos regarding how far are we from doing or achieving something. Today we are going to discuss how far are we from an actual human brain transplant. Firstly, we should know the difference between a brain and head transplants. A brain transplant would involve removing the brain from the skull and placing it in a donor skull. And a head transplant would involve removing your head and reconnecting it with a new body. For a brain transplant, you'd need a healthy brain donor and a brain-dead recipient. So it would be a body transplant for the brain. Science and medicine has evolved a lot over the years, and there have been a lot of successful transplants since the inception of organ transplant, but up till date, there has never been a record of a successful brain transplant. The estimated cost for a head transplant will be in millions. To transplant a brain into another nervous system and make it work in any kind of meaningful way, there are major hurdles. The problems fall into several categories. Plumbing. This is the main technical hurdle. The brain is an intensely complex network of cells, the functions of most of which are very poorly understood. Consider the sheer numbers. The estimated number of neurons is about 80 billion or so. Compare that to the estimated 10 billion or so connected devices and the internet. Imagine trying to take the internet, shifting the whole thing and moving it to a different planet. That problem is about 1/10 of the scale of the brain neuron problem. Bear in mind that these are not wires we are talking about either. Connecting neurons is no simple task. We haven't yet compellingly persuaded neurons to mesh in a predictable way. At present day, if you sustain a nerve injury, there is only a moderate chance that it will retain function if you connect it up to its stray end. The brain connections are considerably more subtle. We are ignoring connection of blood vessels here, because even though that is a considerable challenge in its own, it is trivial compared to the nerve problem. Immunity. You may have heard of the expression rejection with respect to transplantation. This is where the host mounts a reaction against the new brain because it recognizes elements of it to be foreign material. The brain with its associated coverings is still in need of a blood supply, and even given the interface known as the blood-brain barrier. It is likely that a reaction would take place, causing encephalitis and ultimately death of the transplanted brain. Aging. Under what circumstances would one want a brain transplant? Are we considering the aging brain making a dash for immortality by planting it into a new body? While everything we know supports the idea of the brain being the seat of consciousness, and the idea of moving consciousness into a new body seems desirable, we still haven't covered the problem of cellular aging. This means that you're putting an old or senescent brain into a new body. Even if you were able to organize the plumbing properly and prevent rejection, you still would not have solved the problem of the brain itself degenerating over time. cells themselves appear to have a lifespan, the brain would eventually die in its new body. Summary: it looks unlikely. If you were able to solve 3 of the most taxing scientific issues in human biology, you might have a chance at transplanting a brain in future. But nowhere in near future, because you'll need the technology to overcome the above-mentioned problems.